In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hello and good morning, everyone. 42 degrees here in Alexandria as we had a cold front come through. I see the talk of the breeze and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we had a cold front come through. We have a colder front coming through overnight tonight, and that could bring us a few flurries. A few. I might be a little less enthused than I was. I'm trying, folks. I'm trying to be balanced with my coverage here, but I really, really want these flurries. And I still think we get a few. I'll show you. I pulled the one model that's really holding steady. The other one isn't part of our system here. 40 degrees over Toledo Bend, dew point 32. Looks like that wind is kind of humming out there. I think my wind sensors are a little light. So you can see up to the northwest behind that cold front, some flurries up where, to them, they're not even talking about this. That's, an inch of snow or something. Winter storm warnings out throughout the Carolinas. Could be up to a foot of snow in spots out here. It's going to be wild and crazy in the Carolinas. I wish I could have gone and visited Claire, Mama. Wouldn't that have been nice? I've been updating her on the forecast, though, my cousin. She lives out there and has a cute little baby. 100 people still without lights in Grant. I don't know if that's still tied to the ice storm. That could have been just a haphazard moment today. I know the ones in Wynn are 1,000 without power still, and it looks like hopefully that'll get cleared up today. 41 degrees outside right now. The big time cold, I'll just zoom out and show you the purple. That's where that next front's coming in. So once again, Mom, you're just freezing up there in St. Louis. But today, what we're going to see here is some winds picking up, as you're seeing right now. We have gusts up to 25 miles per hour, and then things do kind of calm down a little bit later today. Now, tonight, that secondary front's going to come through, and what that's going to do is bring us some gusty wind and much lower temperatures, and I'm going to show you those wind chills, Miss Madeline. You're gonna probably want to coat just to even look at these. 42 degrees, 10 a.m., 48 by 1, 47, 5, 4 p.m., and then we're going to see, this is the stuff we can handle. This is no big deal. The wind chills later on, that's going to be the big deal. Here's the model that's still showing some flurries. This is the NAM. This is probably my least reliable model, but hey, it's showing flurries, so I like that. You can see from about 5 until 8, which now, 9 o'clock, we still have a few dots out there. I think with this kind of setup, with this, basically it's just a trough that's off to the northeast. There's no moisture. It's just really cold, and these kind of situations tend to squeeze out whatever's in there. So we're going to see. We're going to be watching. I know you'll be watching early in the morning tomorrow, probably about 4 to 9 a.m., your best chance to see some flurries, and hopefully we can do that because they won't be disruptive or anything. Here go your wind chills, and I didn't pause it at the beginning, but yeah, the purple dips down into Cenla here, 6 to 10 on the wind chill, teens all the way down to Homa, 15 degrees down there, but watch this. So this is part of the problem with this next cold snap. It's not going to be crazy long duration here, but we have these kind of wind chills. Overnight low is going to get down to the low to mid 20s for tonight. And then tomorrow with the wind chills, still in the teens late morning. We don't get a wind chill past 28 degrees tomorrow. So it's going to be cold all day long with that breeze coming in. Then the winds relax. And then tomorrow night, after a day where we barely hit freezing maybe, we're going to see those lows drop into the teens. And that basically means that it is going to be one of those nights where you're going to have the pipes insulated. Hopefully they still are. Have everything, prepped from that ice storm. Hopefully you're still ready with that, because I think we're going to see temperatures very cold during the day tomorrow, and then when it cools off, all that water is going to be pretty much ready to freeze in the pipes. So keep them warm as best you can. Keep those cabinets open to keep that airflow going, and hopefully you avoid visits from PuroClean and the Southern Air Plumbers. You don't want to do that. So we do still, okay, you can see there around that cyclonic flow, big snow out to the northeast of us, but we have a flurry there. Looks like right up around Waterproof on the GFS. Again, we're not going to get specific on those locations, but we are watching things. I'm going to have that radar ready to roll. I'm going to be getting up in the middle of the night. I just know it. And hopefully I'm going to see if they'll turn the radar into that long pulse mode, which is, it basically is going to be something that's going to be easier. It's going to be easier to see the flurries on radar. It'll make it look a little more dramatic, but we're okay with that around here. Rain does move back in by Wednesday. We'll be well safely above freezing there, and then that system moves on. But we still need some rain around here, as we are still in a moderate to severe drought for a good part of the area. Half an inch to an inch of rain is likely, and a lot of that's not going to be falling with our flurries, with our 10% that I will not let go of on Saturday. Friday night into Saturday, that's the hot spot for flurries. 10%, 10 to 20. Let's go with that. Let me give you that optimism because I think there will be flakes somewhere in the area. I just don't know if you're going to see them, but I know that if you do, you're going to send me pictures and videos and all that stuff. 18 to start off Sunday, hard freeze, pipe busting cold there. Good morning, Jan. How you doing? You will not be up at 4, Miss Linda. Well, they could stick around till 8 or 9. Hey, you get up by that. I know you're up by 9 because you're here. 26 degrees on Monday, then above freezing starting Tuesday. No lows below freezing, and rain moves back into the forecast there. It doesn't look like anything severe. We keep temperatures kind of close to where they should be. You can see a big change from west to east across the United States here. Very warm out west, cold to the east. And will we see much precipitation? I don't think so. Maybe as we head toward Valentine's Day, we could see some rain showing back up in the forecast, and we'll be watching that. It's a long way out. We don't know just yet. Thanks, Brett. You demand too. All right, y'all. That's it for today. I'm going to be watching on the flurries. Remember, big deal here. The real story is going to be that cold weather advisory and the fact that wind chills are going to do this. They're going to get down possibly into the single digits, and then again, look at this wind chill. When does it hit 20? 11:50 a.m. tomorrow. Stay inside. Just, it's not like you have to for safety, but I think it's a good snuggle day. How about that? Radio is watching for the snow. Radio is my king. Radio is my hero. If you don't know who Radio is, that is the, okay, I'll show you the Leesville camera. So Radio is somewhere underneath this out at Today's Country 105.7. Radio somewhere right near there. I can't hear the meow. I don't have the audio up. But yeah, so Radio wants to see flurries. A lot of you do. And I think, again, tomorrow morning about 4 to 9 a.m., that's our best chance to see that. Parish by parish. I'm not doing that because this would just be like barely a flake. It's not going to be any accumulation. So it would just be an isolated chance that each parish would see a flurry. It's going to be cold for everyone, so you want to be ready for that for sure. Very, very cold out there. Okay, that's it. That's Leesville. That's Radio's home. And yeah, it's going to get very chilly. I will have an update for you later. I'll be posting things about the flurries. I will wait for the model. I'm actually not going to wait. I'll just post something after this. All right, I'll see you later. Have a good one.